Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Nick, this is my mom Jen.
Hi guys.
And we're back with Better Call Saul, Season 3, Episode 5.
Chicanery.
Yes.
Like
it's a fun word to say.
Titles, yeah, it is. Yeah.
So last time Kim and Jimmy, they were sort of taking steps to prepare for the whole bar thing. They got Mike to take pictures of Chuck's house.
Yeah.
They got Chuck to admit that he made a duplicate of the tape.
Mm-hmm. So he knew this would all happen. He planned it out.
Yeah. And then on the other side, we got a little bit more in the Hector-Gus feud. Some flashbacks showing how Gus is much better at bringing money in. Mm-hmm. Hector came and intimidated the staff at Pollos Hermanos.
And disrespected Gus's desk and himself. And
Yeah, but now Pollos Hermanos trucks are going to bring the product across the border, which Gus wanted anyway.
Yeah.
And then he was talking with Mike about, maybe you want to work with me.
Yeah.
And I love that moment when he's like, would you know? Well, I'd like to know why I stopped you from killing him. A bullet to the head would be far too humane.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, like, Gus is a terrible person. He's a drug lord and a murderer and everything like that. But he's a much cooler character.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
And Hector deserves every bit of his scorn and his...
Back when his Gus's partner was killed, when Don Eladio killed, was Hector there?
Hector was the one who killed Max on Eladio's order.
Oh, right.
That's why they hate each other.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because Hector was the trigger man.
Yeah. So Gus has been working all this time to work his way up to getting back, right? Yeah.
Well, and it's like, in Breaking Bad, when the cartel said at one point, Eladio was like, look, every 20 years you forget your place. I need to put you there, kind of thing. And it's like, he spent like a lifetime planning the perfect revenge.
Yeah. So do you think now, if somebody had never watched either of these series, what do you think about watching this one first?
Many people have either done that or sort of brought it up. I think it's possible. The only thing is,
you'd miss a lot.
Well, the way certain things are, like with when I think it was episode 2 when Gus made his first appearance.
Yeah,
like the music and the camera when it pulled back and showed Los Pollos Hermanos, it was this big dramatic moment.
Yeah, you would
not really know that if you hadn't seen Breaking Bad.
That's true.
And then without spoiling anything, there's particular reasons why you watch this after, even though it's a prequel.
Okay,
so it can be done, but it's
better to watch the other one first. Yeah. Because I was thinking as I'm going through, I'm like, I want to go see that scene again with this or that, to now because it's been reminded in here. And
I think it's constructed in such a way that you appreciate, like, say, like the call forwards in a way, or the way they sort of build the story. It's like, oh, hey, this character, this is where
yeah. And I think you shouldn't wait too long before you watch the second series, because some of the little bits and pieces that they show, because the whole forget about maybe,
and the whole saga is such like an intricately kind of crafted story. So it's
yeah.
Alrighty, let's get into it.
Found a phone.
Whose house is this?
Well, it's Chuck's.
Just a second.
What's he doing?
So with the blue filter, this is a flashback.
Okay.
We have to get in your attic.
What do you think? On? Off?
Oh, I think off.
Why would it be a choice? Whoa. He's going to have a seance, or? Oh, that's a lot of candles. Because he doesn't have that now. Like, the candles going all the time.
No, but notice how all the electric lights are off.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is like before he does like the lanterns and.
Got somebody coming over, making a fancy dinner. No cans of Chef Boyardee anywhere in sight. Oh, his wife or ex or.
The deadbeat at 512 San Cristobal hasn't been paying his bills. And of course, I'm 215. Exactly.
1216, 1261.
Yeah.
I borrowed some camping gear from my neighbors, hence the rustic flair.
Oh, there it is. Why is he doing this with her, though?
Well, if it's been a while since they've seen each other.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about the lights.
Oh, it's nice. Atmospheric.
You trying to win her back?
How's the tour going?
It's good. Good. The Far East this fall. China, South Korea, and Vietnam. That's going to be exciting.
What does she do again?
She's like a pianist or a cellist at concert.
Do you remember when we tried to go to Salzburg?
And then we went and got, it was a raspberry Linzer tort in Innsbruck.
Ooh, raspberry Linzer tort. Oh.
Oh.
She didn't leave herself. Oh, that we weren't at that point yet.
She doesn't know.
Yeah.
That's why the whole story of the power going out.
Okay, gotcha. We're trying to cover it up.
Yeah.
Hi, Andre. No, I'm just at dinner. What's up? Oh, I can do that at rehearsal.
The blue light.
How? Yeah, like the.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, we can do it.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna smack it out of her hand in a minute.
All right.
Well, do you want me to rehearse the cello separately?
Oh God. He's gonna freak out here. Pass out. There we go.
Oh.
It is incredibly bad manners to answer a cell phone.
Oh my God.
I may have overreacted. That was very abrupt.
No, I understand. It's getting late.
I want to go home now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just get a cab. I don't want to put you out anymore.
Please let me.
No, really. A cab is the easiest.
It's going so well until then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, if you won't tell her, then I will.
No. You will not tell her. You will not tell her.
Well, could be an issue of pride, you know.
Well, I guess so, but he'd rather, like he said, he'd rather she think you're an asshole than tell her that something's going on. And obviously they've been split for a long time before that.
Yeah.
Jesus, what are you doing, man? There's barely any oxygen in that bag. You're suffocating her.
Her?
Yeah, just because you don't see swinging dicks doesn't mean you can't tell a boy fish from a...
Oh, yeah, see, now I can see the lipstick. I'm guessing our friend didn't refer you to me to get ichthyological advice. I'm looking for someone with a light touch.
Oh, Rex Lynn's in it again.
You gotta fit him in a tight space?
I don't think so.
What a random question, eh? That's Mike again.
Well, no, it's someone else.
Oh.
Because Mike recommended
Right, yes.
him to this guy.
Yeah.
I hate to be a buzzkill, but there is something you need to hear before we get any deeper in. It's about your former attorney, Charles McGill.
Oh.
Charles thinks that Jimmy somehow took control of your documents while he was working on them at his home. He believes Jimmy transposed the address numbers.
Transpose the numbers? How would he even do that?
If there's one thing I cannot abide, it's a man who won't own up to his mistakes.
We appreciate the heads up, but you can call this baby put to bed. Now, the most important thing, dinner.
And she got in there first before they heard anything so that they can...
Mesa Verde isn't involved in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, good.
That doesn't come back to bite.
Okay, this is it. We can run without lights and mics. Yeah, I think we can arrange having them in the back of the court.
What's wrong with him?
How you feeling, Chuck? I'll muddle through.
He knows he can get rattled on the stand, right? Yeah.
We lost a client. That happened because while you were incapacitated, your brother accessed documents that should have been secured at HHM.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
This is not the time to worry about how we look. This is about what's right and what...
Yeah.
Let justice be done, though the heavens fall.
Howard's like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, and, you know, we talk about how much, like, Jimmy has sort of bent over backwards to help Chuck and everything, but Howard, you know.
Yeah.
Any reasonable person would agree that assaulting another lawyer in his own home reflects badly on Mr. McGill's fitness as an attorney.
That's a little transition.
Yeah.
The State Bar believes that once we have presented the facts, the committee will agree that disbarment is warranted for James McGill.
But there is another side to this story. One not about calculation, but about two brothers whose relationship, after years of strain, finally broke.
Jimmy demanded an audio cassette in Charles's possession, which Jimmy proceeded, with the help of an iron fireplace implement, to pry from Charles's desk.
Thank you, Mr. Hamlin.
Certainly.
Nothing further at this time.
Miss Wexler?
Ooh, she gets to bring it on, girl.
Yep.
What was your opinion of him then?
I thought he had a lot of get up and go. He was a hard worker.
You had a nickname for him, didn't you? Did you consider taking him on as an associate?
We did. Briefly.
Sounds like you didn't.
Oh, she's going to bring it out.
The partners decided it would be best to avoid the appearance of nepotism.
Your firm is Hamlin, Hamlin, and McGill, right? Who's the other Hamlin?
Yeah. Yeah.
My father.
There you go.
Eventually, he was hired by the firm of Davis and Main. I'd be happy to say more about that, if you'd like.
No, thank you.
No need.
This is not a competency hearing, Ms. Wexler.
Mr. Hamlin is not a psychiatric professional. Do you have any questions that would be more germane to his experience?
I like, though, that when she said, "What did you think of him?" He's like,
Yeah.
"I thought he had a lot of grit."
Yeah.
You know, like, he actually liked Jimmy.
That's right. What's going on? Where's Chuck anyway? I mean, I know the lights are on, but
I guess they'll bring him in at a later time.
Flight's delayed. How delayed? 40 minutes last I checked. Shit.
whose flight? Somebody from their childhood?
We got something worked up.
Yeah.
Thank you for your patience.
That's when they call the AV guys in school, right?
Yep.
Yes, my brother has many admirable qualities.
Practicing.
I love my brother. I'm Ted Kaczynski's brother.
Oh my God.
And sanctimonious. I love my brother.
I understand you have to know everything you're going to say in court and make sure you say it the right way, but the fact that he has to rehearse "I love my brother," and comparing him to the fucking Unabomber,
really, yeah. But in Chuck's mind, right?
Yeah,
what he's done is just so horrific to the law. There we go.
Worked her butt off to get Mesa Verde while you and Howard sat around sipping scotch and chortling. Hamlin, McGill, more like Scrooge and Marley. And I thought you'd just say, "Oh crap, I made a mistake," and go on with your life like a normal person.
Yeah.
You do realize you just confessed to a felony?
Yes. But you feel better, right?
That part made them uncomfortable.
Chuck made sure to say that.
And like he set him up to confess, right?
All right. Mr. Alley, we need to make accommodations for your next witness. Is that correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Your phone, sir?
I left it in the car.
I think he still has it so he can pull it out to show them what happens. Wow.
Yeah. It also just goes to show, like, his sort of standing in the legal community, because everyone is willing to accommodate him in this way.
Where most of them would be like, this is he must have the tinfoil suit on because he's got to walk through a gauntlet first to.
Excuse me.
Sorry, it's yours.
That's Hubert. What's his name?
Huel.
He just took something from him, didn't he? Or gave him something.
I got just the guy for you.
I had a suspicion my brother had tampered with documents in a case I was working on.
Did you have any evidence to support your suspicions about James?
No. I suppose that Jimmy must have felt the tape was decisive evidence on its own. Otherwise, he wouldn't have broken in to destroy it.
Objection, more speculation. How can he know what was going on in Jimmy's head?
Sustained. We just need to hear what happened, Mr. McGill.
But you do sound somewhat unhinged on the recording.
Yes, I understand that. But what you heard was theater.
Oh, okay. Now they got to prove it. Now they got to show them, right?
It is sometimes referred to as EHS, electromagnetic hypersensitivity. I describe it as an acute allergy to electromagnetism.
Would you say that your illness affects your ability to think clearly?
No, it affects me physically.
Oh, no way. Constantly causes a mental fog and...
But what I know for sure is that the law is too important to be toyed with.
Well, he toyed with it, with all of his stuff, right?
It's mankind's greatest achievement. The rule of law, the idea that no matter who you are, your actions have consequences.
And as we've discovered, there's actually two legal systems. One if you're rich, one if you're poor.
Yeah. Oh, we're still waiting for somebody, are we?
Yeah.
Oh! That's who he brought in. Oh. Well, if you're fighting dirty, man.
Mm-hmm. Turnabout is fair play.
That's right.
Rebecca.
Chuck, it's good to see you.
I have to say, I'm a bit surprised. Did Jimmy subpoena you? You're not on the witness list. You don't have to testify.
No, I'm not here for that. Chuck, I wish you'd told me.
Oh, Jimmy told him?
Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want to upset you, to worry you unnecessarily. But now you're here.
But right now, I think I should go.
No, please. I want you to stay.
Really? You don't seem happy to see me.
You've been sold a bill of goods, Rebecca. I want you to see what's what.
Okay.
Yeah, what'd you expect?
I don't know, just not her.
I love that curl she has on her ponytail.
Yeah.
You know, she's gonna hate you when this is over.
Yep.
Okay. Is this when the chicanery starts?
Well, Jimmy's kind of been pushed to his limit here.
Well, he's got to do something, right?
Well, there's been a lot of fuss about it, but you and I have never really talked about this tape you made. Would you like to set the scene for the disciplinary committee? Tell them, you know, what your house looked like at the time of the recording.
Objection. Relevance?
How can you know what the tape really means unless you know what was going on when it was recorded?
Overruled. The witness could answer the question.
Right, so shiny insulation and space blankets all over the walls and the ceiling. It was like being inside of a disco ball. A bunch of shiny plastic would make me say anything.
Yes.
Isn't it because you knew that it was precisely the thing that would worry me so?
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's a perfectly normal house.
You think your house is normal? Can I call your attention to Exhibit 9? This is your house, right?
Yes.
There's a lantern on top of newspapers. You call this normal?
A prophylactic measure for a physical medical condition.
Did the doctor who granted me guardianship for you think this was a physical condition?
Oh.
He claims that he lied to me to get me to tell the truth. And I'm telling you, I lied to my brother to make him feel better.
Oh.
We did promise the defense some leeway. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
But watch yourself.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why my brother brought my ex-wife to this hearing. He knows I still have a lot of feeling for my ex-wife. He's hoping this will break me down. Split me apart at the seams like a murderer confessing on an episode of Perry Mason.
Okay, if you'd had, I don't know, lung cancer, would you have told Rebecca then?
Lung cancer.
But I very much appreciate the indulgence of the panel for their accommodation here today. I can handle this fine.
Oh, she's going to turn the lights on, or?
Well, they're not drawing much current, and they're far away. Intensity drops off with...
Oh, here he is.
Can you tell us where the nearest source is right now?
Jimmy, do you have something in your pocket?
My cell phone. From this distance, you should feel it, and you don't.
The when it calls for it, he can put on a show and...
Just as I thought.
No battery.
It's a physical response to stimuli. It's not a quirk.
Could you reach into your breast pocket and tell me what's there?
He put it in all that time ago. Oh, God. So they're going to see. So so it was the battery from Jimmy's phone that he put in.
Battery.
Mr. Chairman, please.
You recognize that man in back? His name is Huel Babineau. He's on our witness list. You bumped into him in the stairway. He'll testify he planted this fully charged battery on you over an hour and a half ago.
Hour and 43 minutes.
Mr. Babineau, and you felt nothing.
No.
It's a mental condition. Yeah.
Gill's mental illness is a non-issue. If he were schizophrenic, it wouldn't take away from the fact that the defendant...
am not crazy!
There we go.
Yeah.
I know he swapped those numbers. I knew it was 1216.
That was the swap number.
You don't have to go...
You think this is something? You think this is bad? This chicanery?
There it is.
That's billboard. Are you telling me that a man just happens to fall like that? No, he orchestrated it. Jimmy. He defecated through a sunroof. And I saved him.
It sounds crazy.
He'll never change. Ever since he was 9, always the same. Couldn't keep his hands out of the cash drawer. But not our Jimmy. Couldn't be precious Jimmy. Stealing them blind. And he gets to be a lawyer? What a sick joke.
He's hated him his whole life.
Yeah.
I should have stopped him when I had the chance. And you have to stop him.
Oops.
The witness may step down.
I apologize.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you have anything else?
No. Nothing further.
Oh. Now he sees it.
Look at his face.
Eh? Wow. Oh, our friend.
So, the big showdown between the brothers McGill.
Wow.
Yeah. Quite something.
That was good. Yeah, that was good. Because he knew he just needed to get him rattled. And really, I didn't think of it that way to say, well, Chuck just wanted him to be guilty. So, I said that just to, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that monologue from Michael McKean, fucking fantastic acting this whole episode.
Oh, yeah, he's such a good actor.
But also, that monologue has become, like, one of the biggest memes of the last, 5-10 years.
Yeah.
Like, out in the wild and Reddit or other places when you'll see, they'll talk about either one of these characters or someone else, they'll say about, Bruce Wayne, someone will say, you think he just happens to be a billionaire?
Yeah.
No, he orchestrated it.
Yeah.
And he gets to be Batman? What a sick joke. And it's just like one of those things where one person sort of references and then 7 other people finish off the monologue.
Yeah.
It's been so repeated and memed, But it's when it comes down to it, when he starts just monologuing like a supervillain, and he's just he orchestrated it. You have to stop him. He just sounds like because he's obsessed. He hates him.
He finally found something, and he's just gonna hang on to that bone right to the end. Yeah. I thought what he was going to do was have Chuck go into one of his things by saying a cell phone is here, the battery. I wasn't sure why Huel bumped into him, but and then have everybody see that he's, like he said, he was playing up his condition and all this stuff, that he gets foggy and he gets
But yeah, they brought back Huel for this episode.
Yeah, wow. Do we see him again later? I guess maybe, because he works for Jimmy in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, right? when he becomes Saul Goodman.
Yeah, what's the other guy's name? Huel and
Kubi.
Kubi, right?
Yeah, that was Bill Burr.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But it's funny because Eric from Blindwave pointed out how the actor Lavelle Crawford trimmed down, because remember how big Huel was?
Yes.
Lost a whole ton of weight.
Yeah.
Which is great for him. But also, since this is a prequel, you could say that he hasn't gained that weight yet.
Oh,
it works in the story.
Right, yeah.
But it's just so much fun when he bumps into Chuck and he just turns and just kind of smiles with a big pointy head and hour and 43 minutes.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, real good.
I didn't think Jimmy was going to do the cross or the question.
Yeah.
Pardon me. I thought Kim was You know, she had it all under control and she could twist it around and
I think realistically, as soon as they heard on the tape that Jimmy did it for Kim, that would make her kind of like, it would be like conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Because she's like representing him, but also like he did things for her and it's kind of murky that way.
Yeah.
But
apparently not.
Yeah, well, but I've also seen a couple, like, say, Legal Eagle or a couple channels that like review this, but like, you know, like one or two gaps for like dramatic purposes. But on the whole, like this show, but also this episode in particular, is a very good sort of display of just like legal proceedings. And
well, they probably have advisors too, right? To say, just like on Big Bang, they had the scientific stuff. To otherwise, it's too far fetched if it's not. You know. You want people to go, oh, that could really happen, or you know, and instead of saying, okay, that could never happen. Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, finally the big showdown between the brothers. You know, just no holds barred. Here's what we think of each other. We're back and forth. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And everything, but just like, you know, you could also tell through the episode that Jimmy was really sort of psyching himself up, or also kind of dreading what was to come. Because when Kim in the hallway said she's going to hate you after this, he's like, yep. Like he was, and then when he was like, I don't know, Chuck, could you, like, when he said, could you reach into your pocket, like, because this whole thing, like, he has to resort to sort of like, you know, the most extreme measures.
Yeah, but that's the only way, right? Yeah, so she's gonna realize that he brought her there to. Yeah.
But then also, like, say, just like how, you know, much more, because like he knows now what Chuck thinks of him, but to hear Chuck like during his rant, but like, you know, ever since he was 9, you know, stealing them blind, not our precious Jimmy, like to find out your brother has hated you your entire
whole life, right? And
know.
Especially because he's constantly trying to help him, take care of him when no one else, you know, everybody else is kind of standing on the side.
And it's like Kim said in the opening statement, it's not about, you know, the law, it's about two brothers who have, their relationship is just broken.
Come to this, you know,
that's
true. Yeah,
so like
frame it a different way, right?
As sort of, you know, triumphant in the moment as it is for Jimmy to get one over on Chuck that way, it is just, like I just keep saying, it's just tragic how, like, you know, these two,
the end of their relationship, right? Yeah.
But, you know, like Michael McKean overall, it's funny, like for most of his career, I think he was known for more, say, comedic roles.
Yes.
But for this, so much
That's
more.
Why I say he was half of Lenny and Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah. And he was in Best in Show, and he was in Clue.
And he's
the lead singer of Spinal Tap.
Yes, there you go. See,
but then
he's got a huge range on him. Hey,
but then to show off his dramatic chops here, you know, and like this episode in particular, I think is one of, if not the biggest, sort of like standout like moments of him as Chuck. You know, such a well written character that as much as we can dislike him, we just can't help but watch him.
Yes.
It's just so captivating.
Sure, yeah.
And I love too, like the camera movement, like when he starts talking and such, he's like, you know, I am not crazy. And as he goes along, the camera just gets closer and closer and closer. Yeah. And then all of a sudden when he looks, it just cuts back and it's like, oh, I'm like under oath. Yeah. There's other people in this room.
So sorry about that. Like they could all ignore what he just said and did. Yeah.
And then of course when we sort of pan up to show the exit sign. Yeah, so like that's, you know, one of those episodes where it's like when you go to like reactions for this, like people fast forward to this moment kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was chicanery, ladies and gents, and also the word chicanery has been
fun to say. Yeah.
But it's fun to say, but also been really memed and referenced because of this episode.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed as well. Very, very, you could say, climactic episode. So if you want to watch the full length of our reaction, I'll put a link down to our Patreon below. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Yes. And yeah, that's all we have for you now. So we will see you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.